So I'm starting out with a nice big skillet, and in this case I'm using a non-stick skillet because this is going to be a wonderful cheesy sauce, and it can be very sticky. So a non-stick is going to help with the cleanup, and you know me, not a big fan of doing the dishes. So I've got a few boneless, skinless chicken breasts that I'm going to add to my hot skillet. And one of the reasons this dish goes so quickly is because we've cut the chicken into bite-sized pieces. So a big skillet, your chicken in little pieces, and that's one of my secrets into, to getting dinner on the table in a real hurry. I love my casseroles, I love my slow cooker dishes, but sometimes you didn't get time to get dinner in the slow cooker, or you didn't get time to make a casserole, so that's why I'm coming up with more and more of these skillet recipes. They're a real lifesaver, and they taste fantastic. So, little chicken in here, about 3 to 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I'm just seasoning them with some salt, and I'm also going to do some chili powder. A couple teaspoons of chili powder. It's going to give us some great Mexican flavor. Now I'm going to open up a couple of cans here. The recipe calls for 2 cans of, these are diced tomatoes in green chilies. We're going to add some great flavor. So if you keep some things like this on hand in your pantry, it makes life even easier. And then I have 1 can of cream of chicken soup, and this is going to make a really nice sauce along with the cheese that we're going to throw in here. All right, I just want to turn over my chicken. Make sure it gets nice and brown and cooked through. So I'm using tongs to do this. My family loves Mexican food, and I think most kids do. They start out with tacos and they fall in love with those flavors. So this is a pretty kid-friendly dish with all the cheese that we've got going on, and we're going to do some other fun toppings. But most kids like chicken, so like I say, this one is a winner. And you can see how it's coming together so quickly. Smells delicious. Okay, at this point we're going to add our 2 cans of Rotel tomatoes with the juice. Turn up our heat. And then I've got that 1 can of cream of chicken soup. So with enchiladas, you normally have to roll the tortillas and, bake them, and I do love them. And I've got a couple of great recipes for chicken tortillas in my cookbooks, or chicken enchiladas. But like I say, this is one of those that we don't have to mess around, if we don't have the time to be rolling the enchiladas and baking them. It's just all going to be in here. All those same great flavors you're going to find in chicken enchiladas, but just a whole lot easier. Now we're going to add a 1-pound box of, this is just cubed Velveeta cheese. So what's not to love about this recipe? And some milk. And this is why we used a non-stick pan, because this can be a sticky, sticky mess. So while I'm waiting for this to melt and become a wonderful sauce, I mentioned that we're not going to do in most cases, enchiladas are rolled in corn tortillas. But instead of going through that whole process, we're going to put some crushed chips on top. And I actually have some crushed nacho cheese flavored chips that I really want to crush up finely. And that's going to act as kind of like our tortilla and a really nice crunch on top of this dish. I always like some sort of crunchy on top of my casserole. So this is kind of the same idea. Even though this isn't going to bake in the oven, is going to have a nice crunchy topping on top, which the kids are going to love. So you could do the plain tortilla chips, or if you like a certain flavor, I thought the nacho cheese would go really nicely in this. But it's also a great way to use up the bottom of the bag when you get those crushed chips, which we all, have. Don't throw them out. Just, keep them in a Ziploc bag, and then you can use them to put on top of like quick skillets like this or casseroles. They really work great. How good does this smell, Ann? Mm-hmm. My grandmother was known for her Mexican fiestas. She had a summer place up in Michigan, but she spent the winters in Arizona. And in Arizona, of course, very much into Mexican food there, and it's right near Mexico, so people have fiestas all the time, and she was known for her Mexican fiestas, and they're just so fun. So it's just a fun way to entertain because it's colorful, it's very relaxed, it's a roll your sleeves up kind of thing. You can do, all different, the buffet is going to look so pretty because of all the colorful food. And speaking of making it look pretty, wait till you see some of the things that we've come up with as far as decorating for your fiesta. But I am just a big believer in themes, whether you do a luau or an Italian theme party. Today we're doing the Mexican fiesta, but I just think themes are a great way to, get things started, get the juices flowing, the ideas going, and then you can just, like I say, run with it and do so many fun different things. Okay, so the cheese is melty, and Ann just wants to dive into this, don't you? Mm-hmm. It looks so, so good. So at this point,
use that as a dip too.
You could use this as a dip, although, oh, there goes Ann dipping her way in there. No double dipping though. But the chicken in there really makes it more of a meal. But yeah, it's going to be fantastic. So now we've got just some things to decorate the top. So once this is all together, we're going to take those chips, and this is right before serving because we don't want them to get soggy. Put them right on the top, or you can just kind of plate this up, and everybody can sprinkle some of the chips on the plate. And then you want to do your favorite Mexican fixings, kind of. We'll do a nice big dollop of sour cream in the middle because I happen to love sour cream. And if you put it in the middle, the nice part about it is that those people who like sour cream can go for it. It's right in the middle. They can see it. And the people that don't, I happen to love it, but my kids don't. And, they can avoid it. Yeah, no, the kiddos do not like sour cream. Not yet, anyway.
Even I like sour cream.
They're getting to like it a little bit on potatoes and things like that, but not on their Mexican food, they don't. But I don't think I've ever met Mexican food that didn't like sour cream. I've got some diced tomatoes. Seeded and diced, yes. Scatter some of those around. I've got some black olives, which I happen to love. If you don't like them, you can leave them out. And then we're going to do some scallions. And you just take the skillet, and that's why I love these skillet dishes, is that you take the whole skillet right to the table, and it's all right there. You don't need to, worry about a bunch of different casserole dishes to wash and things like that. Shredded lettuce is great to serve on the side, or you can do it on top. Just going to do some scallions. But it's kind of a real easy way to get the same flavors of enchiladas without all the work. So there you go. It's my chicken enchilada skillet. Recipes on the website. You can also pick it up in any area festival foods, whether you're having a fiesta or just want to do Mexican night at home. This one's a winner, and that cheesy sauce is just out of this world.